Hello all, welcome to oratrainings.com. In this session, we'll discuss about collaboration messaging framework for purchase order in Oracle Fusion ERP. Let's get into agenda. We'll try to understand what is the CMK, what are the steps involved to configure CMK for the purpose of purchase order, the table details, and how do we test it, and issues if you come across anything. So what exactly the CMK is all about? So in high level, CMK is a framework in Oracle Fusion, which is used for the purpose of enabling a B2B communication between Fusion as well as a third-party business systems. So using the CMK, what we can do is you can send the purchase order document to the third-party system in a very automatic fashion. With a very simple configuration, you can send a purchase order from Oracle Fusion to the third-party system, and you have an inbound as well as outbound option. Okay, and it also provides a different set of format types like example EDI, OAGI, CXML, UBL, and etc. And it is not only for inbound, it is also available for outbound, and it is also available for other set of modules like AR invoices also. As of now, in our session, we're discussing only on purchase order. Okay. So in high level, a CMK is a framework which is available in Oracle Fusion and which is out of the box functionality without any additional license, and it provides output formats, different formats like EDI, OAGS, XML. It provides inbound as well as outbound, using which you can communicate with the third-party business B2B systems. Okay. Now let us come to the very important stuff. What are the steps involved to perform the configuration for CMK? So these are the high-level steps which we require to enable a CMK in your Fusion instance. The first one is manage collaboration messaging frame configuration. You just need to search this task, and in this particular task, what are the steps? Once you find this task, you have to configure a few set of things. The first thing is here you have to mention global sender ID. By default, it will be 1, and you can just configure accordingly according to your requirement. And that will be available in the message collaboration messaging configuration in that the first tab, general setup. And in the same screen, you just click on the business process setup. And in the general setup only, in the general setup, if you scroll down, you have to set up other thing also, like if you have a very specific requirement, you can mention what is the maximum size for your delivery method. So it supports these 5 delivery methods, like one is web service, email, B2B adapter, ECM file export, and one-way HTTP also. Okay, these are different delivery methods which it supports. Okay, now, and in the same screen on the business process setup, you have to, like, mostly by default these all things will be enabled, but just check it out once again and check it out the different collaboration documents which are required for your particular requirement and make sure they are enabled. Okay, so here you can just click on purchase order outbound, and you can just click on configure additional details, and by default it should be enabled. And if you want attachment, you can enable the attachment also. Okay, so this is the first configuration on the using manage collaboration messaging configuration. Now the second, coming to the next one, is you have to enable 2 profile values. One is PO electronic communication data model as well as PO electronic communication attachments. Okay, this is second step. And coming to the third step, configure procurement business function. And here you have to specific, you have to configure this particular functionality specific to procurement, each particular procurement BU. So select the appropriate BU, and then once you click on OK, you'll be navigating to this particular one, and wherein you have to select the purchase order document type. In this one, you have to select what is your purchase order document. In some set of the projects, there is a chance you would have customized your particular PO template also, and you can select the appropriate one. What is the need? Why should we select? We'll understand at later stage. But one very important thing is make sure that you select the template which you are using in your project. Okay, so once you select the appropriate template type for your, at this step, you can just navigate to the next step. So coming to the fourth step, which is again all the steps are very important. Any failure in any of the step simply will not, which makes your CMK failure. Okay, so now coming to the fourth step, and in the tool section, click on collaboration messaging, and here in the service provider, click on manage collaboration messaging service providers. And now what are we trying to do in this particular fourth step is we are trying to enable what is the delivery method we want to use it, and for which particular documents we want to enable CMK. So here in this particular screen, the first step is, in the first step is we have to mention what is your particular service provider name. So I mentioned my CMK service provider name as CMK SP for PO, and then ID type I went with generic, And the delivery methods have chosen email. And of course, you could see there are different set of methods which are available: B2B adapter, business event, SFTP, UCM, and web service. And then in the first tab of this particular screen, you have to mention the deliver method, and this deliver method you'll be using in the outbound collaboration messaging or inbound collaboration messages respectively. So once you configure the email delivery, once you configure the appropriate delivery method, you can navigate to the second tab, outbound collaboration messaging. So in our session today, we'll be working on only PO change, PO output, as well as process PO. Nothing but like I want to configure this messaging only for the purpose of outbound collaboration messaging, for the purpose of new PO as well as change PO. Okay, process PO is nothing but new PO. Change PO is nothing but your change order. And I want to configure using this particular format called OIGS 10.1. Of course, you can see once you click on this in the collaboration messaging definition, it provides lot number of delivery methods, CXML, different set of methods which are available. You can select the appropriate one. Again, it depends upon your third-party system or a business requirement. And in the delivery method, you have to mention the one which you configured in the first step. Okay. And attachment location, payload, status, make sure that this is active. Then only it will get invoked during the process. Now, coming to the fifth step, you have to click on in the trading partners, click on manage B2B trading partners, and you have to click on plus symbol. And here you just select the service provider which we have selected, which we have created in the fourth step, and then mention the trading partner ID and partner ID type. Just go with the generic. And here, what are we doing is again, we have to reconfigure whatever you have configured in the fourth step. You have to clearly again mention the trading partner details here. Okay. And then once the fifth step is done, next step is again, this step is at the supplier level. For which suppliers, this is applicable only at the supplier site level. So for which supplier site you want to configure the CMK, nothing but for which you want to enable the B2B communication. So now I have selected supplier Dell Incorporation. And then at the site level, the BU name is US1 business unit. And in the site level in the general section, enable B2B messaging, you have to make sure that it is clicked on yes. Once you click on yes, it will enable the associate collaboration documents. And then you click on edit. And then what you do is in the trading partner assignment, you just click on plus symbol, select the site, and mention the trading pattern which we have created in the fifth step. And then once that is done, then click on document setup. And then in the document setup again, you have to select the select the set of collaboration messaging for which you want to enable the site. For like as of now, we have created our CMK for the purpose of process PO as well as change order PO. Then you have to select. Then you have to create two documents here. One is for the process PO, another one is a change order PO. This is sixth step. And coming to the final step, so in the third step, we have selected for which particular for which document output type, nothing but for which particular PO your PO output, PO BR report you're using in your particular project. If it is customized or if it is not customized, whatever the case, whichever active one which you're using, for that particular PO output, what you do is select the PO report, and in that, make sure that the output format XML is also selected. Without selecting this particular one, it will not generate, you will not get the XML output from the CMK. Okay. So CMK, I mean, what you have to do is you have to select the XML output for the PO report for which you have enabled in the third step. Okay. So these are 7 steps which are required for the CMK. And coming to the last one, the table details. So these are some of the CMK table details, which has very much important information when you're when you want to validate the delivery messages, when you want to validate what is available in your system, something is configured or not, something is having a status inactive or not. You can try to find out all this information at the table level. Okay. So now what we do is we'll just again try to navigate all the steps once again. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just navigate here, click on tools. Okay. So you can just see here collaboration messaging. Okay. So now what you can do is so here you can see this first one. Okay, outbound collaboration messaging. This is at the trading partner level. And the major important thing is let us check the CMK enablement at the supplier site level. I'll go to procurement. Click on suppliers. Okay. Click on sites, and now you can just click on the site name. Okay. So this is information like we have enabled B2B messaging at site level, and we could see the service provider name, training partner name, and what is the purpose. One is for the purpose of purchase or change, and the other one is for the purpose of new PO. Okay, so these are both are enabled. Now what we can do is I just want to create a new purchase order. Create order. I'll select supplier as Dell Incorporation. Create. Okay, I'll create one line and we'll submit. So I'll just say test description. Okay, quantity 10, UOM each. Price 1. Okay, and click on submit. And our purchase order is US 164658. Okay, make a note of this one. 164658. Okay, seems it was not copied. Yeah, it's okay. Got it here. Now, okay, so now the purchase order is submitted. Now, once the PO is approved, right? Now, once the PO is approved, it will kick the CMK. So now, it may take some time or a few seconds or a few minutes to reach the CMK, and then it will hit the email. So as it is a demo instance, like sending an email does not work. But the only option what I can show you is like once you click on collaboration messaging, you should be able to see the latest PO. So as of now, the status is 1. So it is nothing but it did not hit at this place yet, right? So it may take a couple of seconds. So till the time, what I can do is I can show you some more information. So I just want to show you one more thing here. Setup and maintenance. I want to quickly show all the setups which I have done. By the time, the PO will receive the CMK. Okay. The first one was which I was showing is messaging collaboration framework. Let me go here. Manage collaboration messaging framework. This was first step, and you just need to configure the sender ID and just enable the sizes if at all if you want to set it, and then click on business process setup. And here just check it out whether the purchase order outbound or inbound, the respective one which you're looking for is selected or not, enabled or not. And then the next option you have to just check it out is manage administrative profile values. Okay. And here we just check it out. The communication is enabled or not. Let me check the profile names. It is PO electronic, not PER. PO electronic. There are two profiles which make sure that the value is Y. Value is yes. Okay. So two profile values are yes. And the third step is configure procurement. So make sure that it generally, like these are set up by default. This configure procurement business function, this would have done by default whenever like for a particular BU. So this, here, why do we need to check it again is because if it all, let us say in the project, if your particular PO report is customized, and like what will happen is you will not bother about what is the standard one, and you will not enable the XML output for that one. That is a basic reason. Make sure that what report you're using and what is enabled for your BU, and for that report, make sure that XML output type is selected. That's the purpose. Click on purchase order and check it out. What is the PO output it is using? And for this specific template, check the report and enable the XML output. And this is the third step, right? Now, coming to the fourth step, and manage collaboration messaging service provider. So in this one, what we have to do, so just check it out, manage collaboration messaging service provider. So I'll go there. Just click here, manage collaboration messaging service provider, and select this one, search it, and CMK SP for PO. I'll just click on edit. And here we have selected the delivery method as email. And in the outbound collaboration messaging, we have selected what are the things which we require. And you can just click on edit, the plus symbol, and check out. Let me try test. I want to show you what are the list of collaboration messaging definitions which are available. You have CMK, you have OAGS, and you have different set of purpose CXML and UBL. 4 types are available. Okay, each has different purpose. You have to use the appropriate one, which based on your requirement. Click on cancel, and this is the fourth step. And coming to the fifth step, manage B2B trading partners, wherein we have to select the trading partner information, and the same messaging definition you have to select, and same delivery method you have to select at the fifth step. And then the next sixth step is selection of your particular CMK information at the site level, and seventh step is enabling the XML output at the report level, BI report level. Now let us check it out at the backend. In the backend table, I'll just click on view again, and we should see our PO now. Select this one. This is our PO 658, right? And we could see our PO, and this is CMK table. This is the XML output. This output document is XML output, which will be sent to the business. And you can see the object key is this one. So from the backend also, we can observe whether a particular PO is received to CMK or not. But what is the reason of this one is like sometimes what may happen is you are particular like generating the document within the Fusion is perfect, but reaching to the destination may have some mistake, right? So in those kind of scenarios, how do you find out what happened to which CMK document, what happened, what is the status, right? So those all stuff you can check it out here using the CMK tables. I'll just try to refresh, right? Perfect. We should be able to see the new document which we received. I'll just click on this one, procure to be outbound messages, and we could see 2 documents, and check the latest one. This is the latest one which was received just now. And once you click on the here, and you can click on transformed message. So this is a message which will be sent to the third-party business system. And in this, you can search for the purchase order ID. Definitely, you should be able to find it, right? So this is how a CMK for PO works. And the same way, CMK for like a change order also will work. So as of now, we have just discussed the base 7-step configuration for the CMK, the base 7-step configuration, CMK for PO. And similarly, in the future set of sessions, we'll try to discuss about CMK for the AR invoices and the respective other modules also. Okay, thank you.